Morning, morning, morning. What's up, America? How you guys doing? Good stuff? Everybody good, healthy, happy, fantastic, incredible, awesome, amazing, all that good stuff, right? Let me get that glare. Maybe you go the opposite direction. Let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe I might just go crazy. Let's see. Bam, a little bit better. Hello, everybody. Who do we have on already? I see Periscope people. I hop it on already in Facebook. You're about to as well. I got a class that is like no other, man. I was just doing some research. I was doing some reading. Hello, James. How you doing, my friend? Chris Bryan. Good morning. Good morning. So, man, life is an interesting thing, isn't it? Good morning. How you doing? Awesome, awesome. I see you. Fit Fireball. What's up? What's up? How you doing? I got that glare, but we'll work on it next time. Maybe next time we'll go on a different angle. But check it out. Ali Mehdaoui here. We are live on Periscope and also on Facebook Live. And today is Library Tuesday, as we do this every single morning at 8:30 a.m. on Periscope and also on Facebook. And I share with you everything that I have done over the last 7 years, 5 years. I've been full-time as a network marketing professional and an entrepreneur. I've had 7 traditional businesses. I'm an author, and I got a whole lot of stuff that is going on. So now, taking it all, passing it on to you so we can pass the baton to the next generation of entrepreneurs. So if you haven't done so yet, swipe from the left to the right if you could do awesome for me, and just share with your Twitter followers, Periscope followers. Let them know, hey, come on and check us out. We do generic coaching and educational processes every single morning. And also Facebook, you can do the same exact thing by clicking that share button. Thank you so much for that share, everybody. And you see those hearts are on the top right, whether you are live with us right now or on the replay, they count as well. So make sure you tap that screen and give us those hearts, because it keeps me motivated to wake up the next morning and say, man, they gave me a lot of love yesterday. Let's give them another class. So Library Tuesday, today we're going to talk about, I was looking at an article from Ask Men magazine, and it said reading is fun and sexy, and I was like, reading, when you think about it, is usually pretty boring, right? That's what the masses think, at least. So it intrigued me to kind of just entertain and read some more, for the simple fact that one of the classes is Library Tuesday, and here's some of the points that I've picked out of it. So we live in a video, social media driven world. We all can agree upon that. And, it's a good thing, because it gives us access to information a lot easier than it used to be in 1993. However, the way we absorb information is a little bit different, but the question is, how impactful or how much better is it to read for your overall attraction in the business world, and also as a human being, if you're in the dating world or whatever the case may be. So let's evaluate it together. Fair enough. So one thing that they were talking about, and this is like fact, reading makes you smarter. Of course it does. We all knew that part, right? Ask Magazine. But reading makes you smarter. And it forces you to always learn new words that you've never been exposed to before, because you're enhancing your vocabulary, you're enhancing your grammar, you're enhancing the way you articulate. And I am 100% an example of that. If you don't know, or if you haven't heard, ladies and gentlemen, about 14 plus years ago, I said me no English. I did not speak a word of English. And books had a lot to do with me learning the language, and forcing myself to get educated on certain things. And every now and then my accent will kind of like really showcase itself, but for the most part, I'm doing much better. Your brain cells function much better when you're processing words that you're reading versus you're listening, because listening is only one process, right? You're just doing that. But you're reading, so your eyes, your brain, everything is functioning at the same time. So you're actually doing much better with your brain cells when you read versus when you watch or you listen to anything for that matter. Reading is a mental exercise that sharpens your focus, it increases your ingenuity, and 100% pushes you to be creative. So if you ever wanted to sharpen your focus, read. If you wanted to increase your ingenuity, read. If you wanted to be more creative to identify solutions, read, right? So that's why we highlight books all the time. Any entrepreneur or successful entrepreneur that is, they will tell you they attribute their success to reading. It's books. The difference between you 5 years from now, between you now and 5 years from now, is the books you read and the people you surround yourself with. So books are dramatically important to your success. Books are entertaining and fun. Now, I saw that part and I was like, man, come on. I like it. I enjoy it. But, books are not necessarily entertaining and fun. And then they were talking about it actually is, because think about it. When you get in a plane and you're in that mindset of like, I'm traveling. What do? You actually either pick up a magazine or you have a book that you've picked just for that vacation or that getaway that you're reading, right? When you're on that beautiful place and the resort and the beach, pool or whatever, you always have something to read with you. And it allows you to connect with that storyline. It allows you to connect with that author. And at times you catch yourself smiling to yourself or laughing to yourself, so you find some type of entertainment in it. It's just we have been conditioned to believe that books are boring because the school systems that we've gone to, unfortunately, does not make it fun to read. It makes it mandatory or else you'll get in trouble kind of read, right? And we grew up with this mindset of I don't want to read, right? So it's imperative that we understand that we can actually make it fun and we can actually make it entertaining as well. Last thing that they were talking about is reading is sexy. It actually is. 76% of women think that men who read are more attractive than men who don't. They didn't talk about their looks. They didn't talk about their physiques. They said actually 76% of women think that men who read are more attractive than men who don't. And when I really started kind of looking into why is that really the case? Well, as it shows, they always want to increase their mindset. They always want to better themselves. They always are looking more into, I want to do better. I don't want to settle. They don't want to put a ceiling on their head. And I'm pretty sure that goes vice versa too, between men and women as well. They're intrigued by that individual who's actually willing to learn some more and go to other places, and they kind of want to join that journey, right? They want to join that adventure in their life journey. And I actually read that and I started picking up a book and walking next to my wife. I'm like, what do you think about me with this book? She was like, you're being weird. I'm like, well, the magazine just said I'll be sexy, but you think I'm being weird. My point is, I was joking about it with my wife, but it looks like nerd is the new sexy right now, right? So I truly believe it. I think, if a human being is working on becoming a better individual, on working better on themselves, on increasing their mindset, on increasing the vocabulary, anything that they want to just go better, higher in life, I think that's pretty attractive. And that's not just on dating and relationships. I'm talking in business especially. I want to follow a leader that will take me places. I don't want to follow somebody who already settled. And that is what your followers or your masses or the people who are watching you, they're waiting for you to take it to the next threshold. They're waiting for you to take it to the next phase so they can follow you. And if they feel like you can't take them anywhere else, they really are not going to see any value. And if they don't see value, they're not going to join you. They're not going to work with you. They're not going to buy your product or service. They're just not, because they don't see value. The only thing that moves people to buy or to invest in you is to simply see value. I have coaches that I invest thousands and thousands of dollars on every single year, right? I spend hundreds of dollars on certain coaches. I spend, money on books. I spend money on processes, on seminars, and different things. Why? I see value. I say, that person or that thing will get me to this level of success, will get me to the solution that I needed, will get me to this process. Therefore, I'm going to invest my hard-earned money that I've worked so hard for to get, and I'm going to go ahead and get a return of investment. So that's the kind of mindset. Just FYI, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just sharing with you. I'm reading right now Power of Broke by Damon John. Great, great, great read. If you ever told yourself, well, I really don't have money, I really don't have time, I don't really have this, I don't have that, the lack of resourcefulness that we think we don't have certain things, that is the most powerful thing you can have in business. And I can speak by experience. Back a few years back, Hurricane Sandy hit. We lost everything. Went 10 months behind on my mortgage. The whole town was destroyed. So I thought that we had a family business, taxi business, gas station that was irrelevant, because if you have no one walking, what the heck is the point of having those kind of businesses, right? So that was a moment of power of broke, where I had to use ingenuity, where I had to figure out, what am I going to do? So I started going on Craigslist, for example, and I looked for free dryers and washers, and I calculated the trips. I pick them up, I go to the scrap metal, I got $30 to $37 for each washer, and I got $16 to $23 for each dryer, and I was doing it back and forth, and I knew I had to do it every day to make money so I can bring food to the table, right? And then I had to figure out other ways. When I go to Craigslist and I post, hey, talk to your local taxi company, I'll drop their price by 10%. And then I'll have people calling me, hey, I need a ride from X from this stop to that stop, from this stop to that stop. So I was doing like an own private Uber that now is a successful transportation business that I still have and is still operating. I had to find other ways. When people call and said, hey, do you know somebody who can clean out my garage? I'm willing to pay him $200. I'm like, I have a business that does cleaning. Yeah, let me come. So that creativity, that ingenuity, that hunger came from Power of Broke. So I highly recommend that book. Also, if you haven't done so yet, go to thelionnetworkmarketer.com. That is the sneak preview for my book that is coming out in just 2 weeks on July 25th. And you can get a sneak peek chapter for yourself to see what it's all about. And 4 tickets left. Empowered Self, actually right here, Facebook. EmpoweredSelf2016.com. 4 tickets left. And here it is for you. Periscope, I knew we were going to sell it out, and I'm so excited. It was a little bit of pressure because it's a generic event. We have Bob Hyler, your virtual upline, the most talked about business coach right now. You have John Melton, who's recruited over 1,000 people in his business and his career. Nadia Melton, the queen of branding and marketing. Kevin Marino, $1 million earner. Bob Doran, $1 million earner. And yours truly, and I'm going to give you my blueprint of how I went from just being a network marketing distributor, right? From my living room to how I actually built myself to be a brand, to how I have now individuals working in my payroll, to how you can manage multiple streams of income, and give you the secret sauce of how I've been able to build 7 traditional businesses and build network marketing businesses in 6 countries and 27 states. And I don't say that as a cliche, but literally, you're going to have about 35 to 40 years of successful experience in the business world in one room for you with a select crowd, and you'll be very, very blessed to be part of that room. And you also get a copy of my book, The Lion Network Marketer, as well. And it's $100. For some of you, $100 is a lot of money if you don't have it. For others, $100 is really not much, depending on where you stand with your financial institution. But I'll tell you this much. If you do have it, why aren't you investing in yourself? Because check it out. There is no profit line for me on that event specifically. It's literally a giveaway for each one of those individuals, those speakers, to go hear them speak, anywhere from $400+, right? So it's really an opportunity for all of us to learn from one another, to network with one another, to shake hands and create communication, to create connectivity and so much more. But for those of you who don't have it, here's the question for you. How long have you had that problem, and what are you willing to do about it? Because this event is about solutions. This event is going to give you the answers of the missing links. Why aren't you having the success that you need? There are certain things that top earners are doing and have that you, A, don't have access to, B, you haven't been told, and C, you just need to be in the right place and the right time with the right people. And I believe this event is it. So tomorrow is Momentum Wednesday. I can't wait until I share the excitement information that I have with you, because Wednesday is usually on fire, fire, fire. So until tomorrow, make sure you go to empoweredself2016.com. 4 tickets left. I would hate for you to miss out on this event. And we will see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Periscope and also Facebook. Thanks for the hearts and the love. See you later, everybody. Take care, people.